arrived in Auburn, California, host of the inaugural 100-mile distance of the Canyons Endurance Runs by UTMB on Thursday afternoon. I was looking forward to running and catching up with friends. At this point of my running season, it was all about getting ready for the summer spine in June and the Tour de Geants in September. Severe winter and devastating wildfires from the previous year caused significant course change to this year's inaugural event, changing what was supposed to be a point-to-point race to an out and back. That meant that downtown Auburn would now be both the start and finish location. The weather forecast called for extreme heat with temps in the 90s for both Friday and Saturday. While I had not been able to train in these conditions, I felt a conservative race strategy coupled with ice bandanas and plenty of fluids would remedy any potential issues. Unfortunately, that would not be the case.
How's it going? Hi. What do you need? ID, please. Thank you. Bama.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. SCH.
I like that nickname.
Thank you. I literally like my work, everybody, everything. Like if you saw me Christina, I wouldn't know.
Martin.
Yep.
Okay, I just need you to just kind of sign your life away.
258. Men's medium. There you go. Wristband. So this stays on for the duration. All right. Awesome. Go. Shirt. I should have told you that. Thank you. We got 2 chips, one on the bib. This one goes on your pack. Yep.
Do you guys, okay, just a pin, use a pin for that?
Yes.
Since this race essentially allowed a drop bag at only 3 of the 8 stations, runners had to either carry all of the nutrition or rely on 8 stations for the majority of their nutritional needs. Since I did not have a crew to assist either, I decided to roll the dice and use the fuel provided at the aid stations. Luckily, the nutrition sponsor for the race was providing samples at the race Expo. All right, let's get out of here. On race morning, we left our hotel early enough to give us time to drop off our drop bags near the start line. We also wanted to be able to get our bearings with no need to rush things leading into the race. My buddy Clay was attempting his first ever 100-miler, and I certainly wanted him to have the time to soak it all in and to settle his pre-race jitters. Do I just throw it on there?
Driver's flat, I'll take it for you. 100-mile runner?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck.
Thanks very much. Yes! I figured I'd find you up here. What is going on? Good to see you.
There you go.
from chips.
Let's get the crowd going. Let's go, let's go, let's go! No hands bridge. Nice work, everyone! All right, came to the first aid station, just over 3 miles in, skipping it after crossing No Hands Bridge, and now our first climb. So, 5 miles in, exactly an hour. Clay, Jeff and I are miraculously still running together. It is already hot. Looking around me and looking at myself, it's pretty hot. People are soaked in sweat already, but it is beautiful. I'm gonna take it in and enjoy it as long as I can today, because suffering is inevitable. Thank you. Thanks. Thanks. All right, rolling into Cool Aid Station. Hour 15, 6.5 miles. Thanks.
Good job, dude. Keep it up.
Thanks.
Keep it up. Keep it up. You need aid or trail? Water.
Leaving Cool Aid Station, got a 7-mile loop exposed. I got some ice for my bandana and just keep on moving. Nice work, gentlemen. You thinking that's fireman or Forest Service on a training exercise? It may be dangerous to enter the water right there.
Yeah, I promise you.
Cool though. Alright, 10-mile update. Hour 53 in. It was a nice long descent, which just makes a quicker time.
Again?
Still got Jeff and Clay with me. We're running along the American River, I believe, right now. And since we've been descending, if you look ahead, we'll be climbing for a while. I see snow in the distance to the left. You see that?
Yeah.
All right, 14 and a half, 2 hours, 52 minutes. Coming to cool aid station for the second time.
Nice job.
Thank you.
The one that gets a little bit less attention.
Thanks. Thanks.
We got ice water here, we got electrolytes and food up there.
Yeah, I need electrolyte. Actually, I'll start with water to
Get
chug.
some water, top you off. It's
Yeah,
ice cold, so
yeah.
get you happy here. And it's a little toasty out there.
That's good. That's good. Thank you. Perfect. Thank you.
How you doing?
Good.
Take it easy.
Yeah, it's very hot.
I'm gonna be in the shade in a bit.
All right, cool. Alright, 20-mile check-in, 4 hours, 15 minutes. I'm packed down with ice in my modified bandana. It is near 90 degrees, middle of the day. I'm just trying to stay cool until the night comes. Good job, man.
Thanks.
Now come on through. Uh-huh. It's hot, and I'm enjoying every section that has some shade. So, it's a long day ahead, just keeping it together, enjoying these amazing views. American River way, way down below. And about 4 miles to the next aid station. Just one aid station at a time. And hoping that it cools off tonight to make it a bit easier on the body. hearing some noise. 24, just over 24 miles in. 5 hours, 14 minutes. Another aid station. And that heat is tough. All the ice that I had has melted. And just gonna refill, get a nice cup of Coke, eat some banana, and keep moving slowly onward. How's it going? Thanks. We'll make this the 30-mile check-in, 6 hours 40 minutes. I just went number 1 and apparently I am extremely dehydrated, which is not good. I've been drinking as much as I can, 2 bottles basically every hour, hour and a half, and with electrolytes and everything, taking S caps, 1 an hour. I'm not bloated, but definitely severely dehydrated, which worries me. So I'm gonna slow down. I'll try to catch up, but at the next aid station, which is less than a half a mile, about 30.5 miles. But yeah, it's not good. That hasn't happened to me in a long time, but when you get almost 90 degrees from the get-go, it's just, first hot day of the year, it's rough. So I'm a bit at a loss right now. I guess I have no choice but to slow down big time and try to catch up on hydration, but that's really all you can do. I mean, that's it. Well. I'm still not at the aid station, and now my right quad is seizing up. So I'm gonna make it there, sit down, try to regroup, get electrolytes and salt in me, and I'll just have to wait for at least 15-20 minutes, I think, and see if I can get proper amount of fluids in and see what happens. But I can't keep pressing on if I don't catch up, so I have to see what I'm gonna do. I should get to the aid station any minute now. I'm just gonna have to hike it in, try to keep the quad from seizing up again. So it's not the day I'd hoped for. It's the day I got, I guess, and we'll have to see if I can problem solve my way out of this. I've got plenty of time, but we shall see. This is the 50k update. 7.5 hours after I spent 30 minutes at that aid station. My quads are still locking up. I took 2 S caps just 10 minutes ago. I chucked 2 bottles of electrolytes, can of Coke, ate a banana, grabbed some potato chips. I'm just gonna have to walk for a minute. I mean, I sat there for 30 minutes. I was getting cold, so I got in the sun. So clearly I'm dehydrated. I'm hoping chugging those 2 bottles and taking it easy for this next section may help. We'll see. Just one aid station at a time. It's obviously way too early for me to make any decisions, but I gotta be honest, my quads right now, they're just jerking with every step, and I've got 70 miles to go, so we'll see. Like I said, one aid station at a time is the only way to get this done, and that's what I'm intending to do. So, alright, updates are coming fast and furious now. 32 miles in. I'm still walking. Just had the pleasure of another first. I threw up for the first time in 14 years of ultra running. And Good Samaritan came past and was kind enough to offer me some ginger candy. So that was about the spiciest I've ever had. So I just sucked on that for the last 10 minutes, hoping that my stomach will settle down, that the electrolytes start hitting my system, and that the salt will also hit my system, because my quads are still obviously hurting. So I'm just going to keep hiking for now and see what happens, and you know, just make it from one aid station to the next until I can't, and hopefully that won't happen till the finish, but we shall see. It's a rough day today. Still putting one foot in front of the other. Energy is really low, but I'm just going to try to make the next aid station and figure things out. We'll see. Beautiful course though. Beautiful. We'll do a 36, almost 37 mile update. I started jogging this last mile and a half. I think we still got about a mile to go to no hands. Everything's a bit problematic. I don't know what to do yet, and I am gonna sit down when I get there to the aid station, and I'd like to wait for Jeff and see what his state is and maybe tag along with him. But to be honest, right now I just don't see the point. It's one of those days. I know anything will sound like an excuse, but I do have some big goals this summer. This is really not part of that. Of course, every race I start, I want to finish. Who doesn't? But I'm not sure if pushing through this and being broken for a week or longer afterwards, you know, unable to run, does me any good with the summer spine coming up in June. You know, it's just 7 weeks away. Do I want to buckle? Hell yes. I don't really care much about the points or the stones, to be honest. I have no intentions of running UTMB next year. I would love to finish with the other guys, you know, Jeff and Clay, you know, get him to the finish. He's actually ahead. He's doing better than any of us. But I may have to consider greeting him at the finish as a spectator rather than as a runner. Yeah, lots going on between my ears right now, and not in a good place. I've been here before. Yes, I've pushed through. Yes, I've DNF'd other races, but excuse me, I'm just not sure that I need to be doing that today. I just don't know. That heat really did a number on my body. I mean, really did a number. And I think if I keep going, I'm lucky if it's just a week without running. Just because my quads are so shot from cramping, and I've done just about anything I can to catch up on fluids and nutrition, and, you know, ended up throwing up, which I've never done before, and 13 years. It wasn't bad, but still, it wasn't fun. So I don't know. We'll see. I'll give another update later. Right now I'm just going to try to get down to No Hands Bridge, and it still seems to be a bit of a ways to go. So well, I made it back to the No Hands aid station at mile 36, well ahead of the cutoffs. The writing about my race's outcome had been on the wall. After checking the progress of my buddies Clay and Jeff, I realized that Clay was progressing well and ahead of me, while Jeff was about 2 hours behind. It looked like he would not be able to make the next cutoff, so rather than wait for him to decide what I would do next, I opted to make my way to the next aid station, which was about 4 miles out. By the time I made it to mile 40 at Mammoth Bar aid station, I had made my decision. I had not been able to muster much more than a hike, and my legs had not improved one bit. I handed in my bib and waited for a ride back to Auburn, determined to fight another day.